Yo, what's up, guys? The first Battlefield 6 update in weeks is coming out on January 20th, and they just posted patch notes. I'm going to be going through every single thing you need to know about Battlefield 6 game update 1.1.3.5. They need to come up with a new naming scheme. These updates are starting to sound like monitor names or CPUs. On top of that, we'll also be discussing a executive producer leaving his team to join Battlefield Studios. So let's start going over all of this stuff. If you enjoy the channel, if you want to keep up to date with Battlefield 6, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and let me know what you think about this update. As always, I will leave the link to the patch notes in the description if you want to follow along with this video. First things first, this update comes out on January 20th. It is not out as of this video releasing if you're watching it on the day it comes out. Battlefield self-describes this update as a smaller set of focused improvements aimed at polish and consistency across Battlefield 6. In terms of the important changes, we will start with the vehicles. They have reduced jet cannon damage against other jets and helicopters, requiring approximately 40% more hits to destroy enemy air targets. This is effectively a jet TTK pass, but it isn't that simple. Silk on Twitter, who is well known for his vehicle gameplay in Battlefield, has this to say about it. He's basically making fun of it. You can see, big jet update we've all been waiting for. Air radar, loadouts, rear cam, flare bug, spawn camping, mobility hit rework, infinite stinger vertical range fix, air-to-air missile damage nerf. They all have red X's next to them because those are all problems that haven't been fixed. So that just kind of puts into perspective how messed up jets are, and that's only one vehicle in Battlefield 6. So while the TTK of the cannon being reduced is probably welcome, they have a lot more work to do with the vehicles in this game. Silk goes on to say that, real talk, if they nerfed jet to heli damage by 40%, but they didn't nerf heli to jet damage equally, we are cooked. He's essentially expressing his concern that vehicle balance might just be even more unbalanced than it was before if they didn't equally change things regarding heli to jet combat. So we'll have to see how this plays out. You jet and helicopter players, tell me after the update drops. Moving on to the weapons section, the first thing that is of note is they fixed an issue where the TR7 light barrel was incorrectly improving muzzle velocity. I actually knew about this bug, and I abused it for a little bit. Yeah, it was absolutely broken, so I'm really glad to see them fix this. The next few changes and fixes have to do with melee attacks. There seems to be a strange focus on melee combat in this update for some reason. They improved attack speed for knife melee attacks, improved buffering behavior for knife and sledgehammer attacks. For those of you that are unaware about buffering behavior, it's basically the amount of actions that you can have queued. In BF6 right now, you can hit the melee key like 4 times, and it will actually queue 4 melee attacks, and, you know, it's kind of annoying. You have to cancel them. So I'm glad to see them address that. The next change down is pretty confusing because it's very vague. Improved consistency of recoil modifiers when using a controller across different weapon types. DICE does this thing where they just love vague posting, right? They list a change that sounds like it could be important with zero elaboration. And lastly in this section, they applied a small muzzle flash when shooting a weapon with a suppressor that can only be viewed in close range. This is a very minor visibility improvement in my opinion, but I think that's pretty welcome. Moving on to the UI and HUD section, they added a new option allowing players to customize the reticle color inside of their weapons scopes and also in gadget scopes. Many people have pointed out that they've only addressed the color and you can't change the size of the reticles. Maybe that will be added later because a lot of people are really complaining about that. A lot of players just want options that were present in previous Battlefield games. Why was all of this present in Battlefield 4, a game that's over a decade old, but it can't be implemented in a modern Battlefield shooter? In the same section, they list soldier lighting improvements to the front end, and then below that, they list again, improved front end lighting to enhance visual quality of soldier characters. The first time I read this, I assumed this was a visibility improvement, but it appears to only apply to when you're in the menu and you're customizing your soldier, maybe you're equipping a new skin or you're looking at your profile. I think the lighting should be a little bit better in the menu. And in terms of important fixes, that is pretty much it for this update. Now, this update wasn't supposed to be some sort of massive quality of life, game-changing update. But I do have to say it is disappointing that we're going to have to be dealing with a lot of really annoying bugs all the way until Season 2, and then in Season 2, these bugs aren't even really guaranteed to be fixed. One bug that's really irritating me right now has to do with using the supply pouches on support. You go to throw one down, and for whatever reason, it bugs, and you get in a fight, and you start throwing a supply pouch at the enemy, and it's really annoying to cancel. You just end up fumbling your keys, and you die, because why is my character trying to fucking heal the enemy that I'm actively trying to shoot? That's just one annoying bug. I'm sure you guys will list many more in the comment section that you guys hope will be fixed in Season 2. But in terms of my rating for this update, gonna have to give it like, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10. Yes, there are some useful quality of life things in here, namely, and probably most importantly, the reticle color thing. But ultimately, I just think this is going to be one of those updates that everyone kind of forgets, and we're just going to be waiting for Season 2 to drop. Now, the other thing I wanted to cover here is Battlefield Bulletin reported the executive producer on Tom Clancy's The Division franchise at Ubisoft, Julian Garrity, sorry for mispronouncing that, leaves the company. So Julian has left Ubisoft to join Battlefield Studios and work on Battlefield. His exact position is not exactly known yet. A lot of people were assuming, of course, he's filling Vince Sampella's role, but that isn't guaranteed and it's not being reported. So I don't really know too much about this Julian Garrity guy. Scrolling the Battlefield Bulletin comment section here, there are a lot of mixed opinions regarding this guy's involvement in the Division. Some people said he ruined the Division. Other people said he saved the Division. So in terms of what this guy is going to do for Battlefield, I have absolutely no idea. So looking ahead to Season 2, I think this update really emphasizes that Season 2's patch notes have to be probably about 10 to 20 times longer and impact the game in a majorly significant way. For me, it is absolutely non-negotiable that the Season 2 patch notes have to start addressing at least one or two massive issues with Battlefield 6, whether that be netcode, visibility, audio, vehicle balance. It has to start addressing something major with the game. We have to start seeing progress. But that is going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy and you want to stay up to date with Battlefield 6, sub to the channel, hit the like button. Thank you to everybody that does that. Let me know your thoughts on Julian joining Battlefield Studios and on this upcoming update, as well as the Season 2 wait and how that's going for you. All links are in the description. Swing by stream. Hope to see some of you guys there. I stream every single day. I'll see you guys later.